My people, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Hopefully y'all are good, man. If you had a good day, put a one in the chat, please. Let's see. What up, everybody? Band and Marvel rivals. All right. So, hey, there go them ones. I'm glad everybody is having a good day. We all know Mondays suck, but it is what it is. It's super cold in my basement right now, and I'm sniffling. So if I get a hoodie midstream, y'all know what's going on. All right, so we going to get to it. And if it's super echoey, because it feels like super echoey right here while I'm talking, I had to get the floors done in the basement. So that's why I haven't put out a video for the last couple days. It was just too loud in here to be working. And I gotta re-soundproof this office because again, the floor is just making it super echoey. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna tell y'all, I got banned, which is crazy because this is the first time I've ever been banned from anything since the beginning of social media. It's like super crazy. I got banned from Instagram right after I promoted Instagram and told y'all to please go follow me on Instagram because I solely wanted to focus on Instagram to be able to respond to DMs, ads, comments. Like I mentioned, I was just stretched there. Y'all know my personal life. I got the babies. They got basketball practices, soccer practices, track practices, games on the weekend, all of that stuff. And, between having Instagram, TikTok, Discord, YouTube, Facebook, the Facebook group, all of that stuff, it literally just made it impossible for me to be responsive to everybody the way that I wanted to. I got a gnat down here. If you see me swiping at a gnat, I'm not going crazy. It's literally a little baby gnat flying down here. All right, so it's the funniest thing, like legit funny. I posted this. I don't know when I posted this. When did I post this? 2 days ago. I posted this. I posted this 2 days ago, right? I simply said, follow me on IG moving forward. IG is where I'm locking in outside of YouTube, trying to keep up with the content, comments, and DMs across every platform, has me stressed thin, blah, blah, blah. And, thank you for everybody to like. Thank you for the comments. At the time that I posted that, I had 7,000 followers. And then I think I posted a reel. I think I posted one of the reels that I was working on from one of the videos, right? And then the next day, I posted a reel about Donald Trump from the video. If you saw it, it's what is the video? Hold on. I literally posted a reel from this video right here. Oh, you can't see it because the way the screen is. Hold on. This video right here. I posted a reel about this. I didn't say anything crazy. I wasn't like, fuck Trump, fuck the administration, nothing like that. I literally posted a reel just from the intro of this video. And within probably like 30 minutes, no, probably within 5 to 10 minutes of me posting that reel, it got shared a bunch of times. I guess Instagram automatically connects to, what is it? What's the little fake Twitter app on Instagram? Threads? I guess it automatically connects to Threads. So within probably like 10, 15 minutes of me posting it, I got a bunch of like alerts that people were reposting it. And I mean, I was getting a bunch of comments, a bunch of views. I think that's probably the quickest reel I ever had to hit like 1,000. It hit 1,000 in like a couple of minutes. It was crazy. So like it was kind of going off. I put my phone down. Because no lie, I was ordering Papa John's pizza. I was paying the freaking pizza man. I was coming to get the kids settled, all of that. Dog, I got an alert within 30 minutes of me posting that video, and it basically said your Instagram account, or no, it was a meta alert. And I would show the email, but it's on like a different email. It basically was a meta alert and said your account has been disabled If you would like to appeal, get this. If you would like to appeal, please click this button. You have 30 days to go through the appeal process. No lie whatsoever. I clicked the button immediately, answered the questions, put in my full name, Julian, blah, 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 date of birth, all of that. And then the next thing, it asked for a, it asked for my photo ID. Upload a picture of my photo ID. Immediately after I upload a picture of my photo ID, I get another alert. Like it just came down like a Google alert, a Meta alert from my phone, and said, your account is permanently disabled. I can show you the email. It's actually crazy as hell. It said your account is permanently disabled. So I'm thinking, okay, it's just an Instagram account. Let me go log into Facebook and maybe I can try to find out who to reach or whatever. Keep in mind, I've been on Facebook since Facebook came out, basically, like college days type thing. My Facebook is completely gone. I've had that Facebook for however long Facebook has been out. I have, baby pictures on there, pictures of my oldest Zoe when she was first born, when she was a little fat butterball with like with rolls in her neck. I have pictures of my grandmother that passed away. I had like a whole file, what do you call it, a photo album of my grandmother. My grandfather just passed away, had photos of him. Not to say my life. Life is fine. Life is great. But my digital footprint, my life from my digital footprint was legit on Facebook, like any millennials. And the shit was gone, like no trace of it. So in that one little meta band, Instagram was gone, Facebook is gone, Threads is gone. I didn't even use Threads, but whatever. Threads was gone. And so I immediately found all the emails I could, tried to email people, whatever public emails I could find, no response. Was talking to the social media manager I know, they reached out to people, no response. So my shit is cooked. The Instagram that I just asked y'all to follow, that I literally just asked y'all to follow, no longer exists anymore. So I went back and I updated it with this. And this is what it looks like if you click that link to try to get to the Instagram that I just humbly asked y'all to follow. And it's crazy. And I want to say, first off, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all rock with me hard. I literally appreciate y'all because right after I posted that, I feel like it went from 7,000 followers to almost 8,000 immediately, right after. It's just... It's crazy. Not Watts talking about free my dog. What up, bro? Appreciate the change. I'm going to get to all of these comments. I promise. I see that other super up there. Let me just say thank you real quick. That's crazy. Yes, Sandy, Navy veteran, thank you. I appreciate you so much. It is literally a crazy situation. So what I did, I had I'm going to show you the reel real quick. So y'all can see I'm not tripping. I'm not lying. It wasn't even anything crazy. It was literally this reel that is currently still on YouTube and it's still on TikTok. This reel right here, right after I posted this and people shared it, I got cooked.
Rachel Maddow just said the quiet part out loud. Rachel Maddow just said the quiet part out loud.
From day one, a concerted and intense targeting of Black Americans by this president and by this administration.
There's been a very clear and coordinated attack on Black America under this Trump administration. From dismantling affirmative action and attacking DEI initiatives.
So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs.
To gutting regulatory or predominantly Black agencies while firing hundreds of thousands of Black federal employees.
You don't regret that people might have lost important income to support their lives?
No, I think it was more important to reduce the federal deficit.
Did you reduce the federal deficit?
No.
To the Republican-led Supreme Court gutting key parts of the Voting Rights Act, effectively creating Jim Crow 2.0 in 2026.
Which was passed to guarantee equality in how we vote. And of course, addressing the systemic and historic racial discrimination, especially across the South.
With the main goal of effectively accomplishing the disenfranchisement of Black voters. Rachel Maddow.
So, thank you, TJ4907. Shout out for the 5. This might be because of the recent executive order that Trump passed. It basically makes it so that any criticism of him is illegal. And I did see that executive order. I thought it specified certain groups that he targeted, like the trans community, I think was one of them or something like that. But it seems like these social media apps are really, operating under the marching orders of Trump. So as a chat, well, first, real quick, what I did was I had a backup page, literally. This isn't even a backup page. Years and years and years ago, I had a program called Art Kids where I taught kids how to draw and paint. And so I had this account sitting there. It didn't get banned. It's under a separate email address. I went through all the little TOS van invasion stuff, which isn't this because I already had this account. It's a whole separate thing. So do me a favor, y'all. I'm sorry to keep asking y'all for stuff. I really am. But if y'all could go follow this page, officially tomorrow, I'm going to start posting the reels, some of the stuff that I already had up. And I just plan on posting multiple reels a day moving forward. And it's just the Jew Almighty. No underscore, no nothing else. The Jew Almighty. If y'all could follow that, I would appreciate y'all. Okay, so I really want to, besides that, right? I think what we need to do as a chat, what I need y'all to help me do right now, we have to come up with a name for Trump. So I clearly can't say Trump's name on social media anymore. I don't know if they have automatic searches looking for that name. I don't know if they're just waiting for criticism of Trump to hunt, social media accounts down. But we got to come up with a name for Trump. Is it Orange Agent? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Whatever name we come up with, I'll put it in. I do like Taco because we all know what that means. I like Orange Man too. Oh, look, even Stream Elements. Why is Stream Elements blocking all these funny ass names? Oh no. I got to update Stream Elements. It's not letting anybody put in any names. I like the Orange Avenger too. I like Donald Dump. I think Donald Dump is too close. I think we go with Agent Orange right now, unless some other ones come up. But moving forward, ain't shit gonna change. We have the content that we have. We talk about what we talk about. And I think it's important for our community to keep speaking about what's going on. And maybe we have to do it in a more creative, intelligent way where, we're not getting caught up in these automated sweeps. I guess that's what it is, unless somebody went and reported my video a bunch of times, which is also quite possible under MAGA. But we just have to come up with a way where our criticism stays. We keep talking about what we're talking about, and we don't let this slow us down because these conversations are way too important, and too many people are out of the loop. And, I get people that hit me up all the time. I literally get text messages from friends, people that send me DMs, and just thank me for covering what we cover on this channel because they don't hear about this stuff and the content that they, and the content that they follow. So I do want to keep it going. I do want to stay on mission and keep talking about what we're talking about and spreading the news. So if y'all could go follow the new Instagram. Again, I'm sorry for asking y'all to do this, that, and the third. The goal is to reach as many people as possible. There are a lot of people I know on, I like Sunburn too. Shout out to Sunburn. There are a lot of people I know on these platforms that, just don't know what type of content we cover. So with that said, right? The next thing I wanted to do was talk about this Abba and Preach Sneako debate because Sneako was getting on my motherfucking nerves, man. Like real bad. This dude, if you don't know the whole Sneako thing right now, I'm sure I made a video about academics. Was that on this channel? Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing, and I literally won't ask nothing else of y'all. I promise. I don't even know. Where the fuck is my second channel? I just launched a second channel to cover more things. With the second channel, I want to cover, I don't know. Where the fuck is my second channel? Maybe I just don't know it. Can I find it on here if I go home? There we go. Second channel. I just launched a second channel last week because I want to cover a bit more topics with shorter videos. I want to make like 10-minute videos, super quick, 10-minute videos that just cover one specific topic. So it doesn't have all the extra context, all the extra clips and editing quick, fast like I do on my other channels. But if you could go sub to this channel if you're interested, it is just Juju Almighty, at Juju Almighty, all capital bigs. And again, covering the same type of stuff. I'm going to put out a video on here every day. The goal with the main channel is to put out 2 videos a day moving forward so that I can cover everything I need. You know, I've been dragging my feet with getting editors. I finally hired an editor. So we're going to see how it goes. I like to edit things myself because I kind of like be laughing like shit when I make videos, and I edit a certain way. So hopefully the videos don't bore you. They're supposed to be quick. They're supposed to be, you know, fast paced, and you guys get the humor. And I'm going to do the same thing on this channel, just a little bit more conversational, shorter videos, plain and simple. Now, I want to get to the Sneako debate. If you don't know, well, I'm sure you already know, Sneako and DJ Academics got into a whole debate, I want to say it was three or 4 days ago, about Cheddar Bob Chud, the builder, because Sneako was basically defending him, which isn't out of the norm for Sneako, because Sneako is a fucking anti-black racist goofball. It's so weird when these people of color be anti-black. I just don't understand it for the life. I like Orange Pill too. I just don't understand it for the life of me because the black community is dope, right? Like I say that as a black person, we don't do anything but mind our business, take care of our friends and family, build with community, have fun no matter what's going on. We are going to make sure we're still good as a community. We don't do anything to people to receive the hate that we get. And even the issues in the black community, which I've never denied we have issues as a community, every community has issues. Every single community. If you look at crimes against, you know, whatever race, Asians commit the most crimes against Asians. Whites commit the most crimes against whites. Blacks commit the most crimes against blacks. But black crime, black people, the black community, the criticism against us is all you ever see on media. And I just think it's bullshit. And I think when people of color feed into those narratives, that's just pushing white supremacy talking points, white supremacy narratives, and I don't fuck with it. Yeah, I'm yapping on my live. What about it? What about it? So I want to get into this debate because Academics washed Sneako, which is crazy to say considering who Academics is. And Academics isn't really even that, I don't want to call him not well-spoken because Academics can speak fine. I just think the way that Abba specifically, but you can put Abba and Preach in there, presents arguments is in a better format for debates, but Sneako got washed by Academics, didn't have any comebacks, didn't answer any of his questions. And what I want to do is just react to this debate because I haven't seen the full thing yet. I watched like the first 10 minutes, but I do want Detour Don. Hey, dude, Detour Don is funny. Wait, Logix, I said fuck your super chat. Hold on. I swear I didn't see it. Let me scroll up. Oh, did I miss another one? Marcel Martin, appreciate the 2. Just wanted to say, keep up the good work, Juice. Sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Where's my boy Logix at? I don't see it, Logix. I don't even see, am I missing something from Logix? Can y'all let me know if you see a Logix super chat? No, I don't see it. I don't see a Logix, my bad. Okay, so if I'll come back to the super chat. Oh, there we go. It might be, first off, Logix, appreciate you, shout out for the 5. It might be that the comments go out of hand and you didn't catch it. That might be right. I mean, because that video was really taking off, Logix. It really was. Like I said, it's the fastest reel I ever had, reached 1,000. It did that in a couple minutes, and then I just kept getting those pings from shares and stuff. But it's just so weird that when I went to appeal it, I literally hit the button to submit my ID. I used my passport, actually. I hit the button to submit it, and 5 seconds after me hitting the button, I literally got an alert that I was perma-banned on Instagram, on Meta, on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. So I really don't know. Again, we're going to use, I like Dorito Dust too. We're going to find a name for Trump before we get off this stream, and we'll just be more careful moving forward. But one monkey don't stop no show. It ain't stopping nothing. So I just want to go through this debate again because I haven't seen it yet. I want to see what points were made. I want to see if Sneako change any of his perspective because he sounded like a fucking idiot. First off, I don't understand why people like Sneako, who is not part of the black community, has anything to say about the black community in the first place. It really bothers me. Like, go talk about your own community. Go talk about the Haitian community, the Filipino community. He said his granddad is Jewish. Go talk about the Jewish community. But they won't do any of that. They hyper-focus on the black community because they just on our dick, and I really don't understand why. So I just want to get into this video. I'll interject if there's a point to make or anything like that. What's up, Dreadlock Scott? And we'll just keep going from there. There's something else I want to talk about as well from super billionaire racist Elon Musk, because he's flipping out and losing his mind because a black person was cast in the Odyssey, which is the craziest thing ever. Why are you mad about that? But we'll get to this first. Let's see. Uh-oh, how do I do this? Boom, no. I don't know, let me see. There we go, okay. All right, we're gonna get to this debate.
That he was gonna, kill a chimp or something like that. If you aren't aware, he runs up to people, basically says the N-word a bunch of times and holds his weapon and then uses self-defense to go after anybody who attacks him after the fact. And so there's been a huge debate in regards to free speech advocacy, the fact that he should have the right to be able to do this without being attacked. And then, people are finding out that based off the laws, that may not be entirely true.
I said
black people.
Before this even starts, I'm going to say one thing that pisses me off about all these, right-wingers, MAGA, when they talk about free speech, like, I don't understand how them calling black people the N-word isn't considered hate speech, because it absolutely should be, without a doubt, considered hate speech. And they're not advocates for free speech. They don't give a fuck about free speech. They don't care about any of that. What they really want to do is piss people off, get a reaction, and then cry because they're crybabies, and they want to say that, we are animals, or in the words of Chud the Builder, chimping out, and all of that is false. It really should be considered hate speech. And the fact that, again, a person of color, Sneako is, Filipino, Haitian, he says grandfather's Jewish, all that stuff. For him to be defending white supremacists is just crazy. But all right, let's go.
Nigga has been repurposed. It was a word to mean slave, and now it means anything.
Sneako, you're being obtuse. He's trying to treat black people as subhuman by how he's speaking to them. Is he like, oh, what up, my nigga? Is that what he's saying? Or is he actually saying that, hey?
First off, can we get a round of applause for Chud the Builder getting locked up? I forgot to mention that. Man's is going through it right now. I'm going to play the clip. I already made a video about it. It's getting edited right now, but I'm going to play the clip of that man's soul leaving his body when he found out his bond was, $1.25 million, and that man's facing 50 to, I think, 45 to 56 years in prison or something like that. Shout out to Chud going out of here. Boom, 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 boom. I actually got sounds and shit that I never played. Let me see. Does this shit work? Nope, my sounds don't work. I'll get it fixed. All right, let's get to this video.
You're a lesser human being, and I'm using this word to remind you of that.
You could only allow this word to have that power if you agree to that frame. We should repurpose this word so that we can't be controlled by them anymore.
He's saying we. You're not in the black community, Sneako. He has no dog in this fight. He is not part of the black community to even have an opinion on what we should be sensitive about or not.
To build a career based off of antagonizing people.
I think he should go antagonize Muslims. Word up. Fact.
Or the Jewish community, right? If you want to go hard, if you want to prove freedom of speech, how about you go antagonize the Jewish community and see how quick you get shut down? It's so funny. Even Sneako is sitting here arguing about what the black community is sensitive about. What about that other community that will shut anybody down for saying anything negative about them, and it doesn't have to even be a slur? And I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. I wish the black community was as organized as other communities to be able to shut people down ASAP. It's no way Chud the Builder should have made it as far as he did, had 100,000 followers on wherever he has had the followers, and been able to harass, threaten, antagonize, and I mean literally threaten the lives of black people. We maybe we'll build it in the chat that we can organize and not let shit like that slide. Because the NAACP don't got the muscle to do anything for us for real.
Leave black people alone. Go fuck with the Muslims.
Do you want peace or not?
No, I want to see what the Muslims gonna do. Because I think when Muslims get antagonized, would that be amusing to you?
I'm saying he should.
No, would it be amusing? Because you said it was amusing when he was talking to the blacks.
I said he shouldn't antagonize people that are.
I know you said that, but you said it was amusing. You said it was funny. Would that be funny? Okay, so if he goes to the place where people are praying and they're bowing down on the
Sneako always has this smirk on his face because he knows he's a grifter. He knows he doesn't believe anything he's saying out of his mouth, and he does it for attention. What works, and it works because we then have to call it out. And I'm never not going to call out the fuckery like this, especially when it's affecting the black community.
Matt, and he says, "What are those? They're chimping out." That's funny. That would be pretty funny, right?
There's a difference between like worship and then being in public.
Whoa, Sneako, what you mean?
I don't think that's funny.
You don't think it's funny. The same way that black people don't
Sorry, let me readjust. I don't want to be over their face.
think it's funny.
Yeah.
When it comes to black people finding offense of things that they feel is offensive, you're like, well, why don't y'all just stop being offended by the word? However, if I then showcase a situation where another group of people, where someone tries to disrespect them, you can't repurpose the disrespect. You want black people to repurpose the disrespect.
Great. There's a great analogy here.
So I will say real quick, like, shout out to academics for going this hard, for being on point, for not being drunk and being able to make really good points and articulate really good points and challenge Sneako in a way that he needed to be challenged, that he couldn't respond back from. However, academics is friends with Myron. Academics is friends with Aiden Rawls, who are both racist, who both platform racist, support racist. And it's like you're calling out Sneako, which is good, but you also need to call out your other friends. Keep that same energy with everybody. Don't pick and choose when you want to be pro-black and not depending on who it is, which I think is really whack. That's my one criticism of academics of this whole situation. Shout out to him for standing on business and challenging Sneako. He actually won the argument, smoked Sneako. However, you have to carry that same energy with Myron, who's your buddy, and with Aiden Ross, who's your buddy.
Do you see how you're equating this individual word that doesn't have real meaning unless you to the holy?
Every word has meaning, brother. Okay, if you say word has no meaning, say no. Oh,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you to say it because it should have no meaning, right? There's a fucking meaning to it, right? Clearly, like you wouldn't say that, right? Because there's an intended meaning if you're saying.
Do you not see the point that you're making? How are you equating?
Words have meaning, brother.
How are you equating God? Disrespecting God, the Almighty?
That's a dodge too.
It's your God. No, it's not everybody's God.
And it doesn't even matter.
Yes,
it doesn't matter because he's not talking about the fact that, he's not comparing God to whatever. What he's saying is that this word has meaning. If the word has no meaning unless you attribute it to meaning to it, then it shouldn't matter if you say it to God because it has no meaning.
I mean, this is just the dumbest argument. Words have meaning. That's why they're words. That's why there is a whole entire dictionary. That's why there are hate words. All words have meaning. Him arguing that black people need to get over the meaning of the slur that's offensive to us, but nobody else has to get over it, is super hypocritically bullshit. If his grandfather, who is Jewish, was called a slur, I bet you Sneako would feel away. Sneako felt away when they were saying Haitians were eating dogs and cats. So if words have no meaning, then what do you, it's just, that's such a stupid argument. I get dumber every time I listen to Sneako.
Clearly it has meaning.
To something that only has meaning if we attribute meaning to it. God has meaning without us.
So
this part, our word.
You can't disrespect God, but you can disrespect a whole group of people.
That you give to it,
brother. You're saying so. What you just told me, you can't disrespect God. Okay, get it, and I agree. But you can disrespect an entire group of people, and your solution to that is that the entire group of people should just not be offended.
This is the creator of the universe.
Oh my.
He never responds to what academic says or asks him in this debate at all, not once. He always changes the subject or moves the goalposts. That's why I'm really interested to see how the debate with Abba and Preach went, because I don't think they would let him move the goalposts without challenging him again.
Yeah, you know what? That's a moment where you just got to sit with the point and not try to argue just to argue. Everyone's seen a lot of the clips from academics and you and your debate. First off, there's been a lot of feedback, a lot of people reacting to it, a lot of people basically proclaiming ACT as having a really great moment. What do you think that people missed when it came to that debate? And then I will get into it afterwards.
Yeah, it was miscaptioned. I didn't say words don't have meaning. I said slurs change, and that word has changed its meaning. And so it only has as much power. Slurs like that only have the power that you give it. And so we shouldn't give energy to clear rage baiters the same way Muslims, we shouldn't give energy to people like Jake Lang. If you're a paid agitator, don't give them what they want. Rage baiters are only rage baiters if you get enraged. So it's better to ignore them.
Yeah. So just a couple of things, right? They gave the example. I think he did touch on something that was very real, because he spoke about the fact that you thought it was amusing in some points, what some of the aspects were he was doing, but you kind of said you condemn it, but that you did find some aspects amusing. And then he pointed out to some of the examples in regards to, making a mockery of God in some contexts, or going to a mosque and then antagonizing people there. And then you said you didn't feel like it was funny. And then you also mentioned the fact that comparing God to a person doesn't make any sense. But I think his point to me, go ahead.
But also I do think it could be funny. Like, I've been heckled while praying. When we were in Times Square doing the Ramadan prayer, people came up and were yelling like Christ is king. And when people come up and put bacon on themselves and try to antagonize Muslims, I think that's funny. It's supposed to be provocative, and it's rage bait. Or when guys like that come outside of his, Mom Donnie's office here in New York, trying to sacrifice a pig, I think that's funny. I just was watching Tommy Robinson's protest, and some guy came on stage playing a violin, and he put 2 strips of bacon on him specifically to disrespect Muslims. I think that's funny. It's stupid, but it's funny because it's dumb. Doesn't mean I am encouraging it. You could find things funny or amusing, doesn't mean that you're condoning it.
Sure. Taking yourself out of it, do you feel like most Muslims would find that very insulting? Because I remember you at the time when he gave the mosque example, you didn't find it funny, right? So, and my experience is most Muslims would not find that funny or amusing and find it incredibly disrespectful. And I know you brought up the whole Jake Lang thing, but like I told you, I'm pretty confident he has been attacked a few times already. He's had his Quran snatched when he tried to burn it before. So people have definitely gone after him for his behavior. Clearly, they didn't just say it's just words or just symbols. They took it to heart and they felt disrespected by his actions.
But we should ignore.
Not only that, Jake Lang, if y'all remember, he went to Minnesota and he absolutely did get attacked. He definitely got attacked by a crowd of white people at that. So you can't say black people are violent or black people are the only ones that are sensitive about this, that, and the third, when there is a guy that actually got attacked by a crowd of white people because they were mad about what he was saying and doing. You get what I'm saying? So Sneako is just...
Ignore these people. We shouldn't give them what they want, because what he wants to do is say, look, I don't have free speech in America. I'm a white Christian, even though he's a Jewish Zionist and he's LARPing as a white supremacist. If he's looking for a reaction to then go blame Muslims and say that there's no free speech, you can't give him what he wants. So it can be offensive, but the best course of action is to ignore these people.
I don't disagree that ideally if somebody's doing something nonviolent, that you respond with violence. But I also think there's not a place on this planet where that is a universal standard.
You shouldn't give power away to other people, especially if those people are against us. You can't have
shouldn't give power
with emotional. You shouldn't let people have emotional control over you that way.
Do you know how quick somebody is going to get hands put on them if I'm out and they call my kids monkeys or say anything about chimping out, let alone the N-word? I don't care what Sneako was saying. I would never be mad at anybody from the black community for defending themselves or doing what they have to do to protect their family from racists, from anybody else that has bad intentions or are saying negative things about them, their family, or their community. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Watch your mouth, basically.
Sure.
Taking away your
power. But even that, okay, let me ask you, if you're traveling with your mom or your kid and someone goes up to them and starts calling them all kinds of crazy names, are you not going to get emotional? Yes, you will. Everyone would.
Right, but the point, you try to diffuse the situation and not drag your family into something they should be dragged into.
Sure.
How many times have we seen this dude, Chud, antagonize people, follow people, even after they say, nah, I'm not going for it, leave us alone, why are you bothering us? Antagonize people, tell them he has a gun on him, show his gun, pull out the mace. Like, he wasn't taking no for an answer. He wasn't taking leave me alone for an answer. So I really don't understand what Sneako is trying to say about people should just walk away or be nonviolent or turn the other cheek or anything like that, when any other community would definitely put hands on whoever was offending their community as well. It's a crazy take.
To diffuse the situation, but my point, you have the one thing we have ultimate control over is your emotion and how you feel. Is that disrespectful? Am I going to get upset? Yeah, it's your responsibility to not allow somebody to try to rage bait you. Am I going to try to diffuse it? Yes. Am I going to go out and encourage violence and put
I just looked up to the chat. I'm seeing all the I'm seeing all the Alba jokes. I think I addressed the first series of videos between Abba and Stevie in my initial video. I know there were a bunch of videos since then. I did not keep up with the drama, but y'all stay on focus so we can get through this debate, please.
Money on his head? I think that's a waste of energy.
I think I agree with the point that you shouldn't try to give, but the reality is that we do.
All right, let's see. I've never banned anybody. How do I ban somebody? Let's go. Where's, let me see. How do I ban? I think I should be able to do it here. I'm going to keep working. Hold on. I'm going to see how to ban.
The reality that we do. And because that's a reality, you can't say these words don't have meaning. There's nobody on this planet who's going to sit here while their child or their mom is berated right in front of them. You're going to get emotional. You're going to have some urge to protect. Why? Because even though you can say to them, guys, words don't have meaning. You look at your kid. Go look at your mom or whatever, whoever it was. Words don't let them control you. They're going to get upset and you're going to get defensive. You can't just do this whole stoic thing where we pretend like this is going to be a standard for everyone and not recognize that words are going to impact us. It will.
Right, but I don't want it to submit to weakness. So you're agreeing, you're saying that we should not let this control us. So that's the point. That's what I want to hear talking heads talk about. When I see rappers talk about this, rather than encouraging violence, they should say, hey, ignore this person. Don't let them control you.
Sure.
Don't let them win.
Sure.
So although we do get emotional over these things, we need to advocate towards a society that's not violent. If you say we live in a violent society, I don't know if that's completely true, but
oh, shit. I'm getting fancy on stream, y'all. I done figured out how to put people on timeout. All right, before I hit play again, anybody else we need to put on timeout? I'm down to timeout some people. Who else we got to put on timeout? Real quick, Sneako speaking, who that for Karis? Who that for Chris? Sneako speaking from a place of someone who doesn't have anyone he cares for deeply, or someone who deeply cares for him, or anything he values. Sneako 100% comes off as a person that does not have friends to me, that grew up solely on the internet, that never made any personal relationships, and he's just like an online person that legit just doesn't have friends. So when he's speaking from an outsider in all ways, shape, or form. Keep in mind, Sneako was not from the black community. I don't know what community he associates with or attaches himself to, but it ain't black folks. So again, I don't understand why he's obsessed with talking about us or having this debate with us. Also, I saw there were 2 gifts, and I'm going to try to find them and shout out y'all for giving the gifts. I appreciate y'all. And keep voting in the thing about the name. There goes another gift. How do I track down these gifts? Shout out to all the gifts. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to find them in a second. We're going to keep watching.
why play into that? Why not try to fight for something better?
Also, let's be clear. He's done this to a lot of people, and a lot of people have walked away. A lot of people have been like ignoring him.
That's the right response.
Which is the correct response, sure. But you.
That was my point initially. Like, this dude walked away. I mean, this dude harassed hundreds of black people, drove through black communities, went to black gas stations, was in black neighborhoods, calling people monkeys and chimps and hard R's, and then pulling out a gun or acting tough for saying they were going to get smoked. Like, you can't say the black community is violent. You can't say anything that he was trying to say because he didn't get smoked outright. So the black community was really tolerant, way too tolerant of the nonsense. And this whole argument that we should have just walked away, what are we going to let Chud do that to 1 million people before something happens? It makes no sense.
You also have to understand, he is pushing them to that point by looking for everybody. And if you do that enough, you're going to land on the wrong one. Most black people have stayed away from him and been nonviolent. That's the reality. But yeah, he's somebody who was instigating a violent interaction. He was hoping for it. He's hoping to kill somebody, and he fucked around.
Sneako is always on the wrong side of history, bro. This man is just a contrarian for contrarian's sake, defends the dumbest, most ridiculous shit ever, and he's just a cornball. This is the same dude that was defending the Cuties movie, which sexualize little girls. Like, he's just a weirdo, man, without any real life friends other than goofy ass, weird ass Myron. Ty Pro 44, shout out, what's up, bro? Word, the only slur they say shouldn't offend. The only one. Any other slur is defendable, and people are attacking a certain community. Black people are the only ones that are just seen as unprotected by anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like and then when we react, they try to paint us as the villains or the thugs or the bad guys, when in fact the dude Chubb the Builder was the thug. He was the villain. He was the bad guy. He was running around with guns. He is a deadbeat dad. He he didn't have a job. He is everything that he said black people was, which is the craziest point when you really look at it.
And he definitely did find out. And I'm glad that somebody like that is in jail. I want those people off the streets, because at the end of the day, the world is not just safe because someone doesn't attack you. It's also safe because someone doesn't verbally go after you all the time for no reason. You know, I don't want my kid to walk around and then just be called slurs for existing. Some guy can run a kick account. Fuck that. I don't want somebody to go up to my kid, let's say if they're Muslim, and they're wrapping bacon around their face to try to antagonize them. I don't want that to happen to my mom or nobody else. I can look at them and say, get over it. But I'd rather live in a world where we go after these people who continue to try to monetize and go after folks and harass them.
We might have a commercial, or did something happen?
You can go to most places in the world and people have a long history of pain from the past. You brought up Japan in your second debate. If you go to Japan, you have to understand that most of their society has been built after World War II based off of their experience, their constitution, their pacifist attitude with the military. If you go to Korea, they still have deep wounds when it comes to what Japan did to them. To this day, these countries don't get along because of a past incident. And they have studies, they have statutes everywhere for comfort women. If you go and disrespect the comfort women, they'll put you in jail. They will go after you for going out and then hurting their symbols and their longing pain. So,
I mean, didn't we see that with the whole Johnny Somali situation? Where was that? Where did that happen? Was that Korea? Was that South Korea? The Johnny Somali situation where he basically got locked up because he was harassing people, because he was making people feel uncomfortable. So what are we talking about here? The same thing happened with the dude, what's his name? The white dude, the Russian dude that got locked up in the Philippines, I believe. Like, what are we talking about here? Black people are the only ones that are seen as unable to defend themselves without becoming the problem. It's crazy.
this idea that because
Right, South Korea, thank you.
things happen in the past, everyone get over it. People are still holding on to pain and history much further back than what slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, like you're talking about segregation, I think 1963? And the legacy after that is still ongoing, but let's say that's the endpoint you want to choose.
Vitaly, thank you. Yes, Vitaly.
That's more recent than a lot of these other foreign countries that you referenced. And yet these people are still affected by those past events.
And they have grown. They don't victimize themselves.
He literally never responds directly to a point with a counterpoint. He just changes it. You can't say they have.
They try to move forward. That's the point, is that although there's hurt.
How have black people not grown and tried to move forward? For where we started in this country 400 years later than white America, black people are doing amazing. We are progressing. We have degrees. We have jobs. We have businesses. We have families. Like, what are we talking about here? I hate the narrative that the black community is boys in the hood everywhere you go. Yeah, that's somewhere. It's not everywhere. It's just a stupid media-driven narrative that black people are just bottom of the barrel, struggling thugs everywhere you look. It's stupid. When you look at all these other communities, like he brought up, or was it the Jewish community? Yeah, I think he brought up the Jewish community when he was arguing with academics. The Jewish community literally got paid $5 billion to this date, the survivors of the Holocaust, their descendants, to rebuild. They got Israel to rebuild. You get what I'm saying? You can't say that black people are so far behind when we've had an entire system built against us to hold us back from freaking slavery, Reconstruction falling through, being back, basically put on slave plantations to work, Jim Crow, the whole civil rights voting. You can't say that black people aren't doing good when we had to deal with redlining, when we had to deal with racist, discriminatory loan practices, where we couldn't buy houses, where we couldn't go to school. Black people are doing amazing for where we started so far behind. I just hate this.
And things can trigger, generational trauma and this stuff. allowing it to hold you back and living in a victim mentality, that's not the way that I think people should live. I don't think it's right to exist in that way.
A victim mentality. That again, that's anytime you hear victim mentality, that's a white person talking. That is a white supremacist talking. That is a racist narrative. That anytime we talk about the past, that anytime we talk about slavery, anytime we talk about civil rights or Jim Crow or being hung, kidnapped out of our homes, beaten, raped, like anytime we talk about that, we're crying or we're being victims. No, we are talking about history because it's important. If you don't remember your past, you're destined to repeat it, like we see right now happening with the voting rights in the South, where basically there's no more representation for black voters. We talk about, first off, our past wasn't, I'm yapping. I'm gonna get back to the video. Our past was 60 years ago. You get what I'm saying? Civil rights was 60 years ago. That was in some of our parents' lifetimes, some of our grandparents' lifetimes. Our past isn't ancient history that we're crying about. We're literally arguing about things that happened to us in recent history that white America refuses to even acknowledge. So, come on.
You got to find a way forward. So they've moved forward, and I think especially the Jewish people, they faced persecution from the Europeans in the 30s and 40s, but look how quickly they've grown one of the most powerful empires in the world with Israel.
Yep. They didn't grow Israel by themselves. It's not like they had Israel started out and it became what it was. They had world support for Israel. We already know what happened with Palestine in that same time frame. They had world funding. They still receive reparations till this day from Germany. Meanwhile, black people were freed from slavery, and black people didn't receive reparations. Slave owners received reparations for losing slaves. We didn't get anything, and we're still looked at as lazy, like we don't progress. It is all of this is bullshit. Either Sneako doesn't know history or doesn't care because he's not black and not from the black community.
But you cannot state that they forgot. You cannot state that it's in the past. Yeah, they've grown, they did their thing. Two things can coexist. So they can be like, hey, you know what? We did so many great things, but you cannot claim that everything is in the past and some would say that they actually victimize themselves about that because they always bring it up.
They do, 100%.
So what do you can't be like, oh yeah, you have to move past that. You're putting your example of the Jewish people, they do exactly what you're saying they're not doing.
Yeah.
And the Jewish community don't let nobody say nothing against them, which feel how you feel. I think as a community, that should be the goal for every community where we are protected. Our people are protected. We can't just be called a hard R every time we post something on Twitter. Like, this is all stupid. Duval County, appreciate you. Appreciate the give, man. Shout out to you. 92 Vices, appreciate the 5. Guys with Sneako and Myra's mindset usually end up going down the PDF pipeline or they're in the closet. I think they're all in the closet, to be honest with you. If we're just being 100, I think all of them dudes are in the closet. That's the only thing that makes sense with me, with the way they view relationships and women. Just me, though.
To censor people, and they say never forget, and they harp on that forever, and a lot of people get canceled that way.
Whoa.
But it's smarter. The analogy I'm making is that the black community could maybe learn from the Jewish community and say, instead of living in a victim mentality, how can we find a way to empower? What is the real struggle that's happening right now? Today?
You just said that they do play victim. So what example are we going to do? What example are we going to do?
They play victim in a different. They don't identify the same way that black people. You won't see people in the Jewish community.
Hey, who that for Ferris? I know I'm not saying that right. Chris, you shouldn't have got timed out. I was on the timeout run. I was trying to figure out how it worked. So if I did time you all by accident, my fault, fam. I sincerely apologize.
Lash out when they hear attacks like that and then act violently in the street.
Whoa.
Where have you been?
Well, hold on. But you got censored literally because they lashed out about what you were doing with the...
They will work with legislation. I just got banned from Australia. They work as a power unit.
So he's basically saying it's okay to be sensitive and protect your culture and your race. However, you have to do it through systems. You have to do it through the government. You have to be able to go lobby and make it illegal to say or do certain things against a certain community. He literally is contradicting himself. He's not saying you shouldn't be sensitive or you should ignore anything. He's saying, oh, no, I timed you out too, Angelica. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I timed you out. Hey, look, I was on the timeout run. I was trying to figure out how it worked. I apologize, y'all, if you got timed out by accident. He's basically saying If you have power and you're sensitive and you protect your culture, that's okay. However, if you're black and you don't have power and you're not organized and you can't protect your culture, then you need to get over slurs or racial words or attacks to your community. That's nonsense. Sneako is an idiot. People give him way too much credit for being smart. Sneako is dumb for real. He speaks well, but he's an idiot.
And they use that to grow. Black people, instead of...
But that's not a
Do you not
difference.
understand the difference?
Yeah, your difference isn't the root cause. Your difference is in how they react. But their reaction is still one of a group of people who hold on to the past and understand its legacy still lives today. You're just saying they have more institutional power. You're saying that they can affect more change. Yeah, okay, but that's not a reference to them not being quote unquote victims, even though I don't even believe in that narrative. But let's say that is the one that you're going with. They're not being the victims in your world. They just have more power to handle their issues when they are victimized.
But you're also denying, but you're also, when you're saying that, you're also denying everything that the black people try to do. Like the Black Wall Street, all the cities that the black people had to, in America, tried to have. They try to band together. Oh, these people don't want to have anything to do with us. Let's just band together and do our thing. What happened? The government bombed them.
All of our communities, they either burned them down, there were riots and massacres, they stole land, or the government came and stole land and made lakes over black communities. Or they stole land like what was in New York with the Central Park, which was initially a black community. That's all they've ever done. That's why I hate the narrative that black people don't build anything, we don't own anything, we don't progress. When every single time we've progressed in this country, it's been torn down. I mean, this narrative is super duper frustrating. Like, I'm not mad at anybody for putting hands on anybody for being this offensive or talking dumb to black people.
So it's not like they didn't try to do what the Jewish people did.
The government bombed Black Wall Street?
Well, not Black Wall Street, but Tulsa. They bombed other places other places that black people had. So it's not like black.
What about Rosewood? Like, there are dozens. There are like 30-something massacres, maybe more, that happened in the time. Seneca Village, thank you. That was the one in that they made Central Park. What about Rosewood, a thriving black community that they destroyed because they had come on, man. He's playing dumb. Either he's playing dumb or he's really dumb. But he doesn't belong in these debates about the black community. He just doesn't.
Black people didn't try to band together. They got bombed. They got erased. A multiple time in the history of America, you could look up New Orleans and Memphis massacre. That was in 1866. There's the Red Summer of 1917 and 1919. There's the Tulsa Race massacre that I spoke to you about. That was 1921. There's a Rosewood massacre. So there's a bunch of massacres and towns that we try to do. So we try to do what you said that we were supposed to do, like the Jews. But we got expelled multiple times. They didn't. So you can't really like say, do like them. Why don't we do like them? The thing is that it feels like you think it's really just about a word. And that's what academics was trying to tell you. It's broader than that, right? It's the disrespect. You, when he said that you were obtuse, that's what he meant. You're very rigid in what's going on. You think it's just the word. It's the disrespect.
When you talk about institutional power, they may not have as much, but
this isn't the exact map I was looking for, but it still gives the general gist of how many times black people have built something and had it destroyed, bombed. Black people were killed under, fake accusations. Look at all of these massacres. Look at all of these black towns that were destroyed by racists throughout time. What's the earliest one? That says 1866, 1829, 1919. Like, what are we talking about here, man? It's so frustrating.
But they have influenced change. Whether it was getting rid of redlining or other policies in place that did negatively impact them post-segregation. So there's been a lot of things that they've done to influence that. And also, a lot of people have taken great care to move themselves up from an economic standpoint as well.
Jahi, I'm going to be honest with you. I have a Discord server, but it's hard for me to keep up with it. I'm just not in there, which is why I'm at least trying to focus on rebuilding Instagram right now. Y'all can DM me through there. I'm in the comments. Talk to me through Instagram. Once I get okay there, once I get this video automation process done a little bit better where I'm not just editing for 9 to 10, 12 hours a day, I will, spread out and maybe get back to Discord and some other things. But I just wanted to address that real quick.
If you look at all the charters, black folks today are doing substantially better than they were in the past. So this whole narrative that they're just essentially just victims is not true. They've done quite a lot for themselves to empower
just victims, but there's a strong victim mentality within black culture. Can you agree?
Sneako is one of those people that literally just talks to respond. He's not actually trying to hear what anybody is saying and respond to their point. He literally, his brain is just waiting for somebody to get done talking, and then he starts talking immediately, whatever his point was going to be. It's super annoying.
There's a strong victim mentality within black culture. What does that mean? That's just a term. Like, what does that mean when you say victim? Because you defined earlier the Jews as victim mentality, but then you said kind of not really. So, like, I don't know what you mean when you say
they found a better. I also think that they hold on to a victim mentality. They've grown more. So the comparison is, how can you grow out of that? They use it. They weaponize that victim culture. I think black culture, it's weaponized not in a way that's uplifting and empowering, when it could be a lot stronger, especially when you're saying they got rid of redlining and the socioeconomic problems don't exist in the same way.
Yeah.
There's got to be more growth.
You're comparing them also to a group of people who had a completely different history and different entry into the marketplace. You're talking about people who had settled generations in different countries where they're able to accumulate wealth versus a group of people who exited segregation in 1963. They're not comparable. That's one.
And they had world funding. They had world support. They are still receiving reparation checks till this day. Meanwhile, black people didn't get a cent. Instead of getting anything back when we were freed as slaves, we got laws built against us to continue to hold us back. The argument that Sneako is making doesn't make sense, that we haven't progressed enough or we're still victims. When, again, compared to the starting line that we had to where we are now, our progress has been amazing. We have issues in the black community, but every community has issues. His argument just doesn't make sense. And now he's moving goalposts and just kind of like redirecting every chance he gets because he still hasn't really responded to their point. Is Black Planet still the thing? I saw that Fear of the Black Planet. No, he was not talking about starting a Black Planet.
But another aspect is, like, even when you say victim mentality, is it because they get offended by the idea that you might say the N-word, that they get offended by certain symbols?
Scazoe 187, thank you. Yes. Philly Burns, 1.5 hours physically fought against the FD to let the fire consume 2 city blocks of homes. Insanity. Facts. Angelica, he is 100% being willfully ignorant. He is, like 100%.
When they're portrayed, like, why do you say victim mentality? Is it because of those things?
Well, how is black culture defined?
How is black culture defined?
How is any culture defined? Black culture is defined just like any culture. Black culture is defined by our music, and not just rap music, by pop, by every music genre we created. That's disco, that's pop, that's rap, that's country. I mean, R&B, jazz, blues. Black culture, you can put that right there. We're defined by music. We're defined by our style. We're defined by our community. Our style, how black people dress in America, literally influences the whole entire world. There are Asians in China right now that have never seen a black person in real life that look and talk and sound like us. So what are we really talking about? Black culture is defined by our food, whether you like soul food or not. That is part of our culture. The way we make our mac and cheese, the way our grandparents' greens taste, all of that stuff. The way that we're family oriented is black culture. You may not like twerking, or it may not, be your sense of whatever, but if you consider twerking black culture, they also twerk in Africa, but they call it something different and it's seen as culturally okay. There are so many things that make up black culture, from our artwork, our creativity. I mean, there's just so much that makes up black culture that also influences the world. But I know he's going to say something dumb about rap because he doesn't know any black people. He's not around black people. So basically, immigrant is having a conversation about what black culture is or isn't when he's not in black culture. And I know Sneako was born here, but he's not in the black community in any way, shape, or form. And I know Alvin preached there in Canada, but I guarantee you they have a better grasp on what black culture is than this goofball. So let's see.
Probably by the experience. So it's probably by the experience of the descendants of slaves in
Oh, I didn't even touch on historically, like us coming from slavery and how we developed as a people. One thing I learned when I was researching slavery, right? You know, if you're black, you have a bunch of aunts and uncles, you have a bunch of cousins that aren't your blood relatives. I do. I got like 20 aunts, and really only 5 of them are my blood relative aunts. I got 1 million cousins. And what I learned was because of how things worked on slave plantations, where, you know, you can have a daughter, you can have a son, you can have a mother, a father, or aunt, or sister, and they could just be taken from you. They could be sold immediately. And your relatives really weren't your relatives because they could be snatched away from you. Your relatives, your family became the people that you got close to on those plantations. And that's just continued to evolve throughout the black community, where our people, like it could be our best friends. That's my brother, that's my cousin, my aunts who were, you know, my grandmother's adopted daughters. Black culture is all of that because of how we, you know, because of what we went through in this country, how we persevered, and how we continue to evolve all the things around black culture. Sneako's a fucking idiot. This debate is pissing me off.
In USA, so post.
I got 13 uncles. I got 13 uncles and aunts and 1 million cousins too. Exactly.
And everything that comes with that would be the food, the linguistics, the music, the art, the history. So there's a lot of ways, but there's different things that you would put into that.
I think a good comparison, I think even it was brought.
He didn't even take a second. He didn't even take a second to internalize what Abba just said about culture, what makes up black culture. He literally immediately went to the next point. This is what I'm saying. Talking to somebody like Sneako is just, it doesn't make sense. It's no point because he's not really trying to debate. He's not trying to make any good points. He's literally just waiting to speak to get his shit off. That's it. Let me read these super chats real quick. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring y'all. This debate is just pissing me off. Kawani Culture Combo, Sneako isn't black. Stop saying we. This man don't need to say we. He ain't in our culture at all. So him speaking up for our culture or saying what we need to do, stop it. Random, what up, bro? I'm starting to think Alba really saw Sneako in Libby. Oh my God. He entertains this man's stupidity way too much. He can't be saved. I don't see what he sees in him. Sneako absolutely can't be saved. He's a grifter, hands down, 100%. Okay, I read that other one. But yeah, he's a grifter.
Brought up the difference between like Palestinian culture. There's a genocide going on, but when you ask to define Palestinian culture, you don't define it based off of hardship. It's defined based off of their weddings, off of their ceremonies, off of...
We jump the broom. We have beautiful... As a matter of fact, America hates on our celebrations. They hate on half of our culture. Whether you like, you know, like the extravagant prom culture or not, again, that's black culture. Whether you like the extravagant weddings or not, that is black culture. Sneako's an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm not pausing no more.
The successful Palestinians, part of the diaspora. I don't think it should be defined based off of trauma. Defining it based off of slavery.
I disagree. I disagree so much. Palestinians are definitely defined by their history, by what they're going through right now, and they will be defined by that for generations to come. When people talk about relocating Palestinians, they talk about the mental health aspect and how they're going to have to fix the ongoing issues that are going to be there for generations. They may not be defined by it right now, but I can promise you everyone who's living in Palestine is defined in large part by this occupation. Doesn't mean that's all of them. And you can't look at black folks and say that's all of them either. There's a lot more to them than just slavery. No one would ever say black culture is just slavery.
Well, that's how you just defined it. That's why I'm...
No, that's not what I defined. I talked about linguistics. I talked about cuisine. I talked about music. I talked about history. I talked about many things. And the same thing for Palestinians. What they're experiencing right now, for generations, they're going to look back on...
Hey, real quick. So I saw this post. So we've all always heard that Sneako is Haitian. His dad is Haitian from Haiti. I saw this post and it looks accurate. It looks accurate. It is a picture. It looks like Sneako's family, unless that's his mother and her husband, who's not his dad, but it seems like a fair resemblance right there. So maybe his dad is from Haiti, like lived in Haiti, but he is not ethnically Haitian at all. Sneako has no black in him if these are his parents to have an opinion or be talking about the black community. Straight up.
this time period and talk about how it has affected them. So you can't just tell a Palestinian 15 years from now, let's say if Gaza was free today, 15 years from now, they're still going to feel the reverberations of that. The reason why it bothers me is that there's no place on this planet that I've ever been to that don't have a particular sensitive point about something in their history. Whether it's like, here's another, if you go to China, they'll talk about how rude and ill-mannered Chinese people are. Right? You'll see these rich people in nice cars and they just spit on the ground or whatever. And people are very judgmental about their manners, justifiably so. It's very nasty. But people don't recognize the reason why is because they came out of economic hardship. They went from poor to rich very quickly, and so the people never had that to adapt their society. So they still have that legacy of poverty in their manners and everything today. If you go to insult them for that reason, or if you bring these kinds of things up, if you go to Korea and talk about the comfort women, everyone's got, if you go to Eastern Europe, place that used to be part of the USSR and have been freed from the shadow of the Soviet Empire, they still have sensibilities about that. You said there's no words? Bro, go to Romania and call people gypsies everywhere. See what happens.
Get that ass beat. Real quick. Normally, Elbert, what up? Normally as SBA, I disapprove of tethers telling our history, but these guys are on point. By the way, what's up, Jew? What's up? And yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not mad at, Alba and Preach having this debate because they are representing it correctly. If Sneako has this energy for black people about progressing and letting go of hurt, where's his energy for the war veterans that still hold on to their bigotry towards the Japanese for Pearl Harbor? Thank you. I mean, you could make that argument about so many things. Everybody, every single day walking this earth holds on to something, and some of that history they didn't live through. So you can't be mad at black people for still remembering and keeping what happened to us throughout the history of this country alive, and then act like we're crybabies when every other culture does the exact same thing. Tiger Jackson, 8328, appreciate the two. Sneako gives me a headache. Me too. I'm gonna have to smoke one after this. Golly.
Happens. See what happens. Every place has got their words.
Right. But you shouldn't give them attention. That's the point. If someone's going around streaming themselves in Romania saying gypsy, gypsy, the correct response would be don't give this person attention.
No, they're going to get fucked up. Like,
go ahead.
Yeah, you shouldn't, but that's not what's going to happen. That's not a reality is. You said there is not one word in the world that is like the N-word. That is not true.
In the English language, it's the strongest word. It's the word.
No, that's not true. Every community has a slur against them, most likely created by white people. And every community is sensitive about those slurs. Black people, for whatever reason, because of our notoriety, because of how popular we are worldwide, are the only ones that are targeted by the media and talked about how we are globally. Every community has things they're sensitive about, whether that's the Holocaust or whatever slurs used against certain communities. Sneako is just... I'm not even going to call him dumb because, like the other comments said, he's being willfully ignorant. And he has no reason to be speaking on the black community anyway. Bro ain't black. He got no black in him. His dad ain't black. His dad, I don't know what ethnicity his dad really is. But just because he lived in Haiti, don't give him the pass to talk about black people. It don't.
Where so many people expect, if you say this word, even if you say the soft A, people respond, this person should get beat up. This person should... That's not the correct response.
Right. I'm not saying that is the correct response or not. I'm reacting to what you said. You said that in the world, there is not a word like that. That is not true.
Some people might act violently. Hopefully there's not like a nationwide upset, and they're not all going to say somebody should go.
We agree it's the correct response. But I'm trying to tell you what you're expecting of black people isn't expected of people anywhere. If you go to Ireland and you go say some certain words.
Pointed out the guy with Jake Lang is a perfect example.
Jake Lang got attacked. He got attacked by Muslims. He got attacked by Muslims.
That shouldn't happen, and we condemn that. And then the overall response for somebody like that is to ignore somebody like this. Exactly.
But you also said it did not happen. We just told you it did. You have to acknowledge that. Like you said, he didn't get attacked. He did. So what you're saying is not true.
Yeah, Jake Lang.
That one in New York was strange. That one was.
I don't care if it was strange or not, bro. I don't care. He got attacked. You said he didn't get attacked. He got attacked.
The point is, we should not encourage that. The difference is, I'm saying somebody like that should not.
He's moving the goalposts now. Now he's moving the goalposts.
No, I did not see the same response. Look, What I wanted to see more of is people within the black community saying somebody should not go out and seek out violence. I didn't see that response. I didn't see that as an effort. In fact, a lot of people were encouraging things to happen. That's the opposite thing that happened with Jake Lang. Every Muslim apologist, any public Muslim would say, don't give this guy attention. Don't give him exactly what he wants. When it goes to the black community, if you want to make that comparison, I didn't see anybody say that.
Great example. So many people in the Muslim.
Why do we have to? Why do we have to turn the other cheek or be calling for peace if somebody is in our community harassing, threatening, pulling out guns, pulling out mace, literally talking about basically harassing a woman in the mall with her kid? Why do we have to turn the other cheek or be forgiven or be mad at anybody for getting hands put on them? This is such a dumb take.
Muslim world celebrated when they got assassinated for the cartoons. You can feel how you want. The reality is they drew something and everyone condemned the but in the Muslim world that was not the case. In fact, in France itself, they celebrated like crazy, the Muslims did. That was their choice.
You're talking about Charlie Hebdo?
Yes. I feel like you're not saying on the point I'm saying on. I'm saying that when you approach this, you pretend like black folks are singular. You say it's the only word in the English language. That's not the case. If you go to Ireland, different parts of the UK, that's not the case. In the world, if you go to different countries, they got their sensitive spot on older history than black folks. And yet, there's a standard for black people to just like get over it, considering the dark history, considering how recent it was. I just don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's equal. And I also think when you say things like, oh, you know, God is different. Like, this is what you were saying. You were saying...
Yes, these things are sacred. Blasphemy is different than skin color. Skin color is not something that should be considered sacred.
Well, you're talking to academics, and you guys were having the debate in regards to...
You know, I could be in the minority, but I hate that argument, right? We can't choose our skin color. I didn't choose to be black. Nobody chose to be the skin color they are. You can choose your religion. Some people are atheists, so saying F whatever God Sneako believes in doesn't mean anything to a lot of people. Saying F your skin color or hating somebody because they were born a certain way, that trumps that to me. It is insane. His points are insane. They don't make sense. They're nonsensical. He's not even debating. He's not even arguing their points. He's not responding to any of their questions. This is just, I don't know why Sneako gets props for being smart when he's not. The only person I ever saw him win in the debate was dumbass Myron, because he's also a dumbass hypocrite. Everybody Sneako debate watched him, from Penguin Zero to academics, to academics of all people, a sober academics at that, to now Abba and Preach. Like, what are we talking about?
Words and their meaning, and that we can change the words. You won't get rage baited, that words can be evolved. And I think you're referring to also slurs to some degree. Is that fair?
Right, like that word itself has been changed so much. When black people say it was also a slavery term. It comes from the same exact place.
Right.
It had the same meaning, but now it's the most popular used word in hip hop.
Fair.
But
So
even if people say this,
He's so stupid. Black people took a negative word, internalized it. I don't know the year it happened, the history it happened, but we evolved it. We made the N-word something else that didn't have the hatred with it, and we made it a term of endearment, whether you agree that it should be used or not. Black people evolved that word in our community. He keeps saying the word evolved or society evolved that word. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And we're talking about two different words. We're not even talking about us using a regular word and it being used against us, hard R, from a racist. We're not even talking, his points don't ever connect, and he's not talking about the same thing. It's super annoying.
soft day, people are singing along to a song. White people are expected to go, they do the shush finger over their face. They're not even supposed to sing along.
100% agreed. Breeze reacts. Speaking well is not an accurate indicator of intellect. That's where we are with Sneako, 100%.
No, it's not a harmful word in that context.
So I want to just touch on the one point you're saying right now, which is like, the word, you could repurpose it. It can mean nothing if you want it to mean nothing. Yes?
Yeah, that word has changed its meaning.
Right, and you're saying we can change it, like, don't get offended by it. It's not offensive unless you...
Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to check the timeout thing. I don't know what I did. I don't know why anybody's in timeout right now. The one timeout I did should have been up a while ago. Hold on. The chat is moving too fast. Let me see. Nobody should be in timeout. It says put user in timeout. Nobody should be in timeout right now. Let me see. Add as a moderator. Do I got to change something? I wish Logix was here. Okay, moderation activity. Let me take that off. Maybe that's why. Live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Bye-bye. Okay, I think we're good. Nobody should be in timeout. Maybe I clicked something accidentally, y'all. I apologize. And we'll go and get to this poll in a minute. Right now, I think Dementia Don is winning. If I have to use that in all my videos, Dementia Don is winning right now. I thought Agent Orange was going to win, but hey, whatever we vote, that's what it's going to be. All right, hey, Logix, Logix, like I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm about to make Logix a mod right now. Managing moderator, boom, save. All right, come on, save. All right, boom, there we go. Logix, you on duty. I'll send you a tip later, bro. I appreciate you.
Make it offensive.
If you give it more oxygen, it has more power. Now, after this example, after this Chud the Builder situation, this amplifies it. Now it has more power. And I also saw more streamers are coming out and doing the exact same thing now.
Yeah.
I saw people are putting
and they should get
on
hands put
blackface.
on them too.
Now, when you make something more taboo, you have the Streisand effect, where celebrities, when they want to cover something up, they pay their publicists to try to remove it from the internet. What happens?
Sneako is so dumb, he's acting like people just started saying the N-word or the N-word just started being used against the black community when that is just not the case. People have been using that word to target us, to harass us, to offend us for how long? And he's acting like because something happened to Chud the Builder now, Chud... because something happened to him now, because he got punched in the face, because he got locked up, because he's facing attempted murder and 56 years in prison, that now all of a sudden other people are going to be inspired to be racist when they never stopped being racist in the first place. He is just stupid. I got to stop saying that, but he really is.
Just people become more interested in it. People are more drawn to it.
Everyone's got their things that are taboo that you don't touch on, and they will have problems with you, whether physical or jail time. So why are you looking at black folks like they're supposed to be different? That's what I don't understand.
Well, and in America, what's a word where you could expect that sort of reaction?
He has yet to answer one question that they asked him. He literally redirects immediately.
Action from any other group of people.
I mean, the word is just a symbol. You could burn a flag and people might attack you. That happens all the time.
But there's 2 points that I want to make. One is that you can choose to feel emotions about these words. And I think we both agree that you should not act violently when you hear this word. It's a waste of your energy. The second one is, I think currently in the black community, the main issues that should be addressed that aren't and that seem to be avoided is it's not somebody like Chud the Builder isn't out there oppressing black people. Is it harmful and disrespectful? Absolutely. Is this guy, is he a rage bait? Is he a racist? Absolutely. Is he changing the rights? Is he affecting the black? Is this the #1 problem? No. Black on black crime. This is being promoted in hip hop.
I worked for 18 years, corporate job. I literally saw white people with no experience, Asians with no experience, being hired, have their careers like shot up with rocket fuel just because they knew somebody or somebody was looking out for them. I saw black people that were qualified, that were overqualified, that were well-spoken, well-dressed, not get jobs for somebody that was way less qualified. You can't say black communities are over-policed in this country, underfunded. Black people are pulled over at alarming rates. You cannot sit here and say there is not some form of oppression over the black community that is intentionally put there. We see what this administration is doing, right? They are purposely attacking the black community, trying to take our rights, trying to roll back the hands of time to put us in a pre-civil rights Jim Crow era. They are trying to take our voice. They are trying to take our economic power. The most amount of people fired from the federal government, from Doge in the first place was, I want to say 400 and something black employees, with 300,000 of those being black women. You cannot say there's not intentional purposeful oppression and disenfranchisement that is happening currently to the black community that never stopped happening. And we're not even talking about the freaking incarceration that was happening in the 80s and 90s. Like, what are we talking about here? He's not in the black community. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What is told as part of black culture, what we hear from
Black on black crime is not a thing, bro.
Hold up, we're going to veer off onto
black on black crime is not a thing.
It's not a thing, because if it was a thing, then we would be talking about white on white crime or Asian on Asian crime or Latino on Latino crime. Because again, every culture commits crimes against their own culture at a much higher rate than any culture commits crimes against them. I don't want to have to Google the stats that everybody uses by race, but literally that's facts. But we only ever talk about black on black crime. Just like when, if y'all remember the show, y'all remember Cops then, Bad Boys. It would only ever show you black people being arrested. Right now, if you look at First 48, it's 90% black stories. You'll see like a white story pop up every now and then. Like this is intentionally done by the media. It is fucking white supremacist narratives that have been pushed against black people. And Sneako is literally the walking definition of somebody that bought into all the bullshit. He is.
No.
Yeah, but every race commits crime against their own race.
Yeah, the difference is white on white crime is war. White on white crime is
No. In America, white on white crime exists. It's white people being in proximity of white people and killing white people. Yeah. If you have people robbing white people in crack towns that are white, they're going to kill white people. We don't call it white on white crime, but it does.
Facts. Charlie Kirk talking points. Facts.
Happen.
So
Abba tries too hard to reach Sneako. He's not worth the bandwidth. 100% agreed at all.
Preach said black on black crime isn't a thing.
Well, because you guys talk about it. You guys talk about it like it's a special phenomenon. But every race kills and attacks their own. No,
it is.
It's not.
It's like black on black crime is celebrated as hip hop. Look at any sort of drill music.
The Latino community has full entire songs talking about murders and hits and drug wars. What are they called? Narcarenos, whatever the fuck they're called. You're going to have to make me Google it, my non-talking self. But country songs literally have songs about people getting killed. If you want to talk about stuff, you can talk about freaking movies. Like, it's not the only form of rap. He makes it like rap is the only form of media that talks about violence. It's not. You can look at movies. You can look at video games. What are we talking about here?
Anything that comes from Chicago, New York, hip hop is promoting black on black crime directly, and Preach said it's not real.
This idea that it's a phenomenon that's special, the stats don't bear it out. Every race goes and attacks their own race at the highest levels. That's it.
Right, but I'm saying
so the biggest offenders against Asians are other Asians. The same thing for whites.
But it's not, Asians don't celebrate it. Black people in hip hop do, and I think that that's a much bigger issue to focus on than one.
Okay, I'm not even trying to be funny, right? But we all watched Kung Fu and karate movies growing up. We love Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan was whooping other Asians' asses. Bruce Lee was whooping other Asians' asses. They celebrated violence against their own community in one form or another. Just because it wasn't done in rap songs doesn't mean it's not done by other communities. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And we all know what type of rap the media pushes. That doesn't mean that most black people buy into that or are hyped up by that. And even if you are, so what? I listen to nothing but trap rap or gangster rap when I'm in the gym. It is what it is. I'm not in the gym killing nobody. It just pumps me up to lift weights. This is such a stupid, played out 1996 argument. It's too late. I'm triggered.
Nobody's here doing a campaign promise about Chud the Builder. It just happened recently, so people are talking about it. Pretending like people have been campaigning on this guy forever is not the case. Now, with Chud the Builder, he might be an individual. He might not be systemic. What he is doing is he's hearkening back to that, and he's trying to go and pain people. That's what he's doing. So that's why folks are paying attention. No one has sat here and said Chud the Builder is the #1 issue in America.
Right, but if people are encouraging others, and I saw this from rappers, NLE Choppa, academics said somebody should martyr themselves, and they don't even know who the martyr's name is. This guy got shot, and I said that this should not happen. Somebody got killed, and then they celebrate when the guy goes to jail.
We agree.
What about the guy that was...
Hold on, y'all. This is super frustrating. Exit full window. Literally, it took 2 seconds. Oh my God, my thing froze up. It took 2 seconds to find the crime stats, and now my mouse ain't moving. Hold on. There we go. the crime stats closed down. But literally, look at this, right? White males make up 27 to 36% of the U.S. population, yet are 82% serial killers, 81% mass shooters, 65% predators, 70% rapists. But of course, whenever they talk crime stats, the only crime stat they're going to talk about are black murder rates, because that's what they have. And then they turn that into a per capita argument, because that's literally all they have. I'm glad Preach is as disgusted as I am, because yeah, this is atrocious.
That was shot.
We agree.
What Preach just said, black on black crime is, I'm saying that this is an issue that should take up more energy. This is causing more harm.
Okay, but
more violence.
But that's like a adjacent topic, but not the one that we're focused on. Okay, if you want to have a different discussion, different day about hip hop and whatever else, that's fine.
Well, I mean, Preach just said that. He just said black on black.
It does not. It's not because it's not celebrated in other places that it does not exist, and because it's this phenomenon that everybody experiences, and we only talk about black on black. It does not exist. Like, people within the proximity of their own race kill more of their own race.
Yeah.
So people, hold on.
Joseph, headache been here. I did not think it would take this long to get through this video, and I did not think I would be as pissed off as I am watching this video. Headache been here. Sneako is trash.
The way that you talk about it is the way that you talk about it. It's like only black people do it. We don't.
Yeah.
White people kill. White people kill more.
I'm saying blacks. It's the only culture that celebrates it. That's what about smoking on ops, smoking on deads.
That's them smoking their ops, which means opposition. They're not saying go target black people. No. Hold on. Black on black crime. When people bring this up, it's like there's an issue. These people are targeting each other and they're trying to kill. No, they're committing crimes against people who are close to them. One, two. You can look at plenty of white media that celebrates violence, whether it be movies, whether it be action stuff. These are things that celebrate violence, and that these are depictions of white people committing violence.
I grew up on Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. You know how many people he took down with machine guns, double machine guns, the same thing with Rambo. Jean-Claude Van Damme, like, what are we talking about here? So, media in general celebrates violence. He is just hyper-focused on the black community, which is even weirder because he has no part in the black community. He's not black. He don't know anybody in the black community. I've never seen him with real black friends.
That is something that we go pay money for if we find entertaining. Are we saying that this is now contributing to white on white violence? No. If you want to have a discussion about how drill may be influencing certain aspects of violence, that's fine. But nothing about it is necessarily racial. It just so happens, that's like going to Asia, and because they have some music over there that celebrates violence, that it's promoting Asian on Asian violence. No, it's just promoting violence.
21 Savage has a song called My Choppa Hates Niggas. And if you look at people who are part of other gangs and people who are on the op block, is it whites that they're talking about?
Hold on, Sneako. So when you do arts that testifies the killing of your people, that's celebration. So black people do it, right? That means that
I should have pre-watched this video. I should have pre-watched this video because I wouldn't have watched this video on stream. I didn't expect to be this pissed off. The Italian mob created the drive-by. The Italian mafia, Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino, they don't celebrate violence. It's just the black community, right? We're the only problem.
Scarface is Cuban on Cuban killings. So that means that the Godfather and all the movies like that are Italian on Italian crime. So that means that when I was watching.
Hey, that's hilarious. 21 Savage is actually British.
Sons of Anarchy, there's just white people killing white people, so that's white on white crime celebration. No, it happens in different sectors, and
it's not popularized the same way.
It's not popularized the same way. It's still what it is.
It's iconic.
Goodfellas is a big ass movie, one of the biggest movies ever. Sopranos was a big, huge thing. Yep. Don't say that it's only black people.
And can we also say Breaking Bad was huge, and it was basically a white dude selling crack? They love Walter White out there cooking up and selling meth. That wasn't a problem to the white community. That wasn't seen as negative, as toxic, as poisoning his own people or anything. It was celebrated. It was an award-winning show. It's only a problem when it's black people. It's only a problem when it's our community doing something. Which is weird because we don't criticize any other community. We literally mind our business, take care of our people, live our lives, and everybody is so involved in our community.
People that do it, because throughout history, before there was hip hop, all those gangster movies, all those things were there before we were there.
What's the most popular form of music in America right now?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Okay, so you're talking about Goodfellas. Let's talk about right now. That's the point. What is celebrated the most right?
What is celebrated? Now he's changing. Now he's moving the goalpost again. He went from being what's celebrated to now what's popular right now. Godfather 1 and 2 are still seen as the best movies in history. Like, they have to be on the top 3 list every time. The Goodfellas is the quintessential gangster movie that everybody loves. I just saw in the chat, somebody said, hell, Michael Myers. Can we talk about Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy? Like, this America, you can just put it like this. America is a country that celebrates violence in one way or another. He's just hyper-focused on the black community and our most popular export, which happens to be rap music. But what about Hollywood's most popular export, which happens to be slashers or gangster movies or serial killer films? I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy.
Right now.
No, now see, you're moving. You're always moving, dude. You're always moving. You're always moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not. I'm saying let's focus on the most important issues that are happening right now.
Let's say I concede to you, okay? We might disagree on this, but let's say I concede to you.
Also, I love all those films I just said, and I love Sons of Anarchy until that final season anyway.
We can talk about all these things. You're acting like people don't talk about hip-hop and issues with...
I think when we talk about Scarface, we're literally talking about the Cuban one, because that was the one most of us like grew up on or saw growing up. Literally, American Psycho. Thank you. That's another one. The Purge. Like, what are we talking about here? What about all the war movies? Come on, man.
The people have been talking about it since I've been a kid.
This is why I'm not made to debate. I'm one of those flip table type of niggas. Like, my blood pressure will get to a... My blood pressure will get to a certain point, and I'm done. I'm just done.
So that's always been a point of discussion. Nothing is precluding us from talking about Chud the Builder, and then also doing that. And Chud the Builder also speaks to a set of issues in regards to how racism today is becoming more overt, that people are just telling black folks to get... I think it's okay to look at that and say people getting financed to do this kind of stuff is also... There's plenty of things to look at this. So we can just focus on that, but we don't have to do this thing where it's like, why are you guys talking about this? Why don't we talk about... We can do that about anything. I mean, you could start talking about hip-hop and then someone could say, why don't we talk about Israel? Why don't we talk about this? You could always do that. Let's just focus on this topic. If it's dragging on for years, I'll concede to you. If it drags on for a long time, sure. But it's only been, what, like a week since this guy's 2 weeks?
I think it's dragged on more than it should have. I think that proves my point. Giving this so much oxygen, this becoming a major
2 weeks is not that much oxygen.
He's saying it dragged on more than it should have. The problem with Sneako, the other problem with Sneako, minus every other problem I already pointed out with Sneako, and they already pointed out with Sneako, is not one time have I heard him, if he had this opinion, right, on the black community being victims, whatever, you can have that opinion, but then you have to also criticize who has victimized the black community. I have not heard him once say Chud the Builder is the problem and he should stop harassing black people. He should stay out of the black community. He's saying this went on longer than it has to, but he has yet to condemn or criticize Chud the Builder's actions. Only the black community. He only has smoke for the black community. I'm sorry, let me read these supers real quick. Metro on Roberts. I guess Transformers are robots on robot crime. Facts. I mean, X-Men mutant on mutant crime. What are we talking about here? Jimmy, appreciate the 5. Someone throw a... Yes. I cannot be in a room with Sneako. I'm just telling you that right now. Because the redirects and the not answering the question and waiting for me to get done talking just to make another point about something completely different would not work for my temperament. A wise man knows his limitations. Ask Sneako for being racist and platforming racism and then throw it at him again for that haircut. I think Mez is going through it since he's being banned from countries now. I think that's what's happening. Bro is stressed out.
It's not that much.
Yeah, it's a major media phenomenon. Just the fact that we're having this convo, and I'm not seeing any pushback on the people that encourage violence. I haven't seen any people call out those that said somebody should.
Okay, so Sneako has said church should stop, but it's followed by but black people, right?
Martyr themselves. People that put money on his head.
Because we live in a violent society. We live in a violent society where even at the top, from the president down, people are constantly egging on violence. So right now, we definitely live in a culture in general.
Yeah, Trump has celebrated people dying. He's celebrated the death of senators, the death of Robert Mueller. He celebrated. Trump is one of the meanest, mean-spirited people to ever be in the public spotlight and have a following and be celebrated. But Sneako is over here worried about the black community. They ain't worried about nobody but ourselves.
Where if you get shot or you get beat up, doesn't matter what, the other eye of the political spectrum is going to look at you and be like, I don't really care, or they're going to celebrate it. That's a bad thing. And you could talk about how violence has been normalized, especially with this administration, how they speak. But even before that, that's the thing. We could talk about that. But that is still separate from the idea that people should get over it because the words have meaning, slurs have meaning.
We shouldn't give power away to other people, especially if those people are against us.
Even in Islam, there's so many things that talk about the importance of words and not ushering the things, not insulting people, understanding that that's incredibly wicked behavior.
Preach is so done with Sneako's existence. Yeah, Preach tapped out. I was just about to tap out too, but Preach absolutely tapped out. His brain just shut down. Like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Most of the Muslim countries I've ever been to would never tolerate much of this behavior about things that they hold dear to them or their royalty or whatever it could be or anything else. In fact, most of the restrictive law.
Who the fuck is us? Thank you, Nicole. Who is this us that he speaks of? What is he talking about?
About speech exists in these countries. So if you go and you try to
blasphemy, yeah, I'm not
blasphemy. If you go even to like Dubai, for example, and you speak the way that you speak about a lot of the country, they'll take you to court and they will win. They will.
What are you talking about?
Like their defamation laws, they're like insulting, their disparaging laws. Like they have laws on the books where they will put you in jail.
I'm out, Jew. Don't leave me. Don't let me go through this by myself, y'all. Wait, y'all gotta stay here and suffer with me. It's almost over.
Just for speaking about somebody in a negative light publicly. So you have to
understand. Filming the missiles coming in from Iran, right? They weren't even supposed to document this. They don't want to show the destruction happening in Dubai.
Right. So just from like even a Muslim religious standpoint, I'm just trying to say like.
I absolutely noticed that smirk, Tevin. Like, he does it. I pointed that out earlier. Like, he knows what he's saying is dumb, incendiary, racist, just not reading the room. He knows all of that. And he does it to be a contrarian. He does it because it's going to agitate people like me. So, I mean, he's doing good at his job because he pissed me off during this stream.
The idea that
that's not Sharia. That's UAE laws on Sharia. That's a separate.
Yeah, but I'm speaking about the culture in regards to how the Muslims enforce their laws and how they feel about words and insulting people. That's what I think I'm trying to get at. So if it's not a thing in the Muslim world, if it's not a thing in most of the world where you can just go around disrespecting people openly, if it's not a thing in all these places, you have to understand America is a bit unique in that regard, and they even have their limits.
Preach at this point is playing a game on his phone. There's no way he's still here.
So, just something to consider about. But I think that's pretty much it. Anything else?
Nope. And overall, there's got to be more fixation. There's got to be more focus on what's being promoted. Like, what is black culture defined by?
I'm not even playing the rest of that. I don't know why they ended that and then let him get something else off. Fuck Sneako. He's trash. He's absolutely trash. He's an idiot. He's not smart. He speaks well, but he's not intelligent at all. He's absolutely trash. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about real quick before y'all head out. First off, again, like the Instagram was blocked. Please do me a solid and go follow this Instagram. Let me make it big so you can see it. Go follow this Instagram. I'm going to start posting reels. I've been posting family stuff and all that so y'all can see the kids playing sports, some behind the scenes. I just got the office done, so I'm going to be soundproof and doing all that stuff. So do me a favor, go follow that. Again, I have a second channel. I don't know where I put it. Okay, Juju Almighty. Again, I'm posting something every single day on here. Do me a favor, go sub up. Like, it's going to be good content, shorter, more concise, more specific. And just the last thing I wanted to point out real quick or mention if my mouse is working. All right, my mouse said fuck me. My mouse ain't working no more, so I don't know where my mouse went. Oh, there we go. I got my mouse back. One thing I just wanted to mention real quick was this goofball, Elon Musk, in his tweet. We all know Elon Musk is a huge racist at this point, right? Like, it's no question about how racist Elon Musk is. But this dude basically is very mad and basically tweeting racist things like he always does because, Christopher Nolan casted black actors in The Odyssey as, I guess, gods. I didn't look, but he casted Lupita, what is her name? Lupita? And what's the other black dude's name that looks like Neo? Not Neo, that looks like Neo. I'll show you. But anyway, why does an actor's race matter? Oh, okay, now imagine it was this. And look what they did. They made it about historical figures, casting white people in historical figures as historical figures. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, that's not even what we're arguing about. And keep in mind, do you know how many times a white person has played a person of color throughout the history of Hollywood? I think John Wayne played, what was it? Who did John Wayne play? Was it Attila the Hun? It was somebody. Like, they have been playing characters of color, not even black characters. Like, white people played Asians, Indians, they've played Native Americans, and all of a sudden, white people are up in arms because a black person is cast in a Greek fantasy film, The Odyssey. And you see what this says, a glaring, obvious double standard. I just want Homer's Odyssey, yes. And I really want to, so I want to look at the cast real quick. So this is the cast of The Odyssey. Let me see, let me make this smaller so y'all can see it. One second. I just want y'all to see this cast. So yeah, there are some black folks there, which of course pisses off you know who. She's playing Athena. Travis Scott, what the hell is Travis Scott doing in The Odyssey? All right, he might be tripping on Travis Scott. I don't know what Travis Scott is doing. Lupita with her gorgeous self. Corey Hawkins, that's his dude's name. He always looks like Neo to me. Anytime I see him, I think he's Neo, legit. But the racists have been up in arms about basically people being cast as black. And I just wanted to see this trailer. I wanted to watch this trailer with y'all real quick. Because I want to see the black people in the trailer. Where did I put it? Oh, let's just talk about Elon Musk racism. Hold on. No, I want to watch the trailer with y'all real quick. There we go. The Odyssey trailer. Because I want to see the black people in this film that have everybody pissed off. And I haven't seen this specific trailer yet. I saw the first one. Corey Hawkins, so it's a black dude. But I believe at this part of the story, there are a bunch of people that came to that island from different countries, which would make sense that at least one black person will be there. But again, this is a fiction. First off, I really want to see this. I love Troy. Achilles Brad Pitt, when he played Troy, was like one of my favorite characters. 98% of this cast is white. Why are they mad? They're mad about 4 black people, 3 black people. Bomb. I really don't know what they're mad at. They're mad at 3 black people and a trans person? Because what's her name is trans. They're mad at 3 black people and a trans person, like up in arms, throwing a fit, acting like they're being discriminated against. I just wanted to play this because we all.
The elections, they come and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
He ain't racist though, y'all. He ain't racist. Dog, he did that so hard. Come on, bro. Yeah, and did I miss Lupita? Because I didn't even see her in there. I just saw the casting. I don't even know if they saw her in the trailer or they were just mad when they saw the casting, like when they looked up who would be in the actual movie. Because what are they actually mad about? None of this makes sense to me. But hold on, I want to get through these tweets real quick because I think they pointed out his nonsense. Let's see. Notably, Barack Obama is a real person and Helen of Troy isn't. Again, that was a stupid comparison. Nobody black or any person of color has ever played a white historical figure. That's never happened in a million years. So why would they even make that comparison? That tweet got 1.5 million views. That's just insane. Alec Baldwin defends Lupita after Elon Musk insinuated she was casted as Helen of Troy in the Odyssey out of sympathy and for awards. Dear Elon, but she is the most beautiful woman in the world. Alec, she is absolutely gorgeous, but even if she wasn't, even if she was not the most beautiful woman in the world, who cares? Who cares if a black person was cast in any movie at this point in time? Who cares? Elon Musk has been on Twitter. Let me move this down. Uh-oh. Right there. Elon Musk has been on Twitter for weeks saying black people in the Odyssey are DEI hires and y'all still buying Teslas as status symbols of wealth. I would never own a Tesla. I don't get how people are still buying it. Respect, it's a free country. Do what you want. Just me, I'm good without it. I'll give me a Rivian if I need something. Genuinely cannot understand why the world's richest man is upset over a film director's infidelity to the racial identity of the daughter of Zeus. Infidelity? Is that right? Did I read that right? Infidelity to the racial identity of the daughter of Zeus. Him being mad about this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Conservatives watch white actors play Egyptians, Asians, Persians. Oh, right. What was the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where he played the Prince of Persia? Persians, Native Americans for 70 years and suddenly became the casting police in 2026. MAGAs always use civil rights icons in these arguments because deep down they know comparing fantasy characters to real black historical figures is dishonest. Facts. Yeah, I guess people do buy Teslas as status symbols. It just ain't worth it to me. And I guess Variety fact-checked Elon when he said it was basically for awards, pointing out that most awards won like by 90-something% was by white people, white actors. And then he actually shot back with this tweet. Oh, it's too big. Hold on, let's see. Uh-oh. Let's see, make it smaller. I agree that she is beautiful, but casting a black woman to play a white woman in a foundational work of European literature is no more right than casting a white man to play Shaka Zulu. Dog, he is just outright racist. I think he's so racist, he can't even help it at this point. The fact that he owns an entire platform should be alarming. Back in the day, he wouldn't even be allowed to still own that platform, but we live in such a cooked society that racism is just kind of baked in at this point. It is a shame. Elon Musk and his white supremacist allies are having a meltdown over a beautiful black woman playing a role in a movie. The MAGA cult members are deeply racist. They're racist crybabies on top of that. I know, foundational was a funny word for just a random fictional movie. Oh, look, who was that? Johnny Depp, right? Native American, Arab, Tibetan. I remember this casting. That was in Doctor Strange, right? Doctor Strange, Romani, white. Oh yeah, they did lose their mind when a black woman was cast as the Little Mermaid. It's all crazy. It literally, I was going to play this about all of his racist pseudoscience bullshit, but I don't even have the energy after Sneako. He literally took it out of me. Like, I don't have the energy for this anymore. Look, I want to appreciate y'all for joining the stream again. Banned from Instagram. We're going to move smarter. What I want to do real quick is in this poll, and I want to see what word I have to use for Trump moving forward. Okay, the poll just ended. New Trump name, 53%. How am I going to say that in videos? I might have to call him DD after I explain what Dimension Don is. Agent Orange came in second with 35%, and Orange Man came in with 12%. So that's what we're calling Trump from now on, so I don't get banned anymore from any more platforms. I definitely want to thank y'all for joining this stream. I want to thank y'all for making it fun. I don't stream that often. I always say I'm going to try to stream more, which I really will try to stream more. In the meantime, you can catch me on Instagram. That's the goal, just to build up Instagram, make that a hub, make that a community, and, you know, be as responsive to y'all as possible. I try to, again, when I post a video, I try to stay there and respond to all the comments in the first like 20, 30 minutes if I can. But usually when I post a video, I immediately go back to editing another video. But I'm trying to do better. So again, thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for always watching the videos, the likes, comments, shares, all the support I get. Y'all are amazing. Y'all have been amazing. Thank you for making this stream fun, because if I had to watch that video of Sneako by myself, I wouldn't have made a video about it at all. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will catch y'all next time I stream. Maybe I'll stream later this week, just depending on what kids' practices and stuff is looking like. But I appreciate y'all, and peace out. I think peace out. Let's see. All right, y'all, I'm out.
How'd you not score? Because I was terrible. Not a free throw, nothing. Not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. And I remember crying about it, being upset about it. My father just gave me a hug and said, listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm gonna love you no matter what. Wow. And that is the most important thing that you can say to each other. Because from there, I was like, okay, that gives me